There he is.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It has been, how long has it been since we did one of these?
It's
Like
been like 6
January?
months, yeah.
Multiple
It's been
months.
months. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've just been busy. I've been doing stuff. Anyways, welcome back. Today we're going to solve all of your problems. Your life is going to dramatically improve after this episode. You will have no more sadness, no more pain. You'll grow wings, and your parents will start loving each other again. Your friends will like you, and you're gonna delete Discord from your phone. It's gonna be awesome. Today I have with me Josh and Casey, and technically Peyton, but I'm pretty sure he's asleep.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. We're just gonna talk about stuff.
Anyways, so before recording this, Casey and I were kind of talking about like cold showers, waking up in the morning, eating healthy food, exercising, stuff like that. So why don't we lead off with that, Casey? What are your just like general tips for not dying?
Well, one thing that's helped me a lot is just trying to eat breakfast every day. That's something that people our age just do not do. Like, just as a general blanket statement, like, breakfast really helps you. I don't know. I feel like so much better when I eat. I don't know why people don't.
Meal today. Yeah.
What do you guys usually eat for breakfast?
I'll typically just have like some Cheerios or something, just some cereal for breakfast. I eat breakfast pretty consistently. I actually skip out on lunch more, because I've been home from
Gotcha.
school and stuff. And like for school you have like a designated time for lunch, but I just work through lunch sometimes because I just forget.
Dang,
I,
feels
I'll, I'll
bad.
typically I'll typically have breakfast. Nothing too hefty, just something light, but
I've been
probably
eating
should.
oatmeal a lot lately for breakfast instead of like cereal.
Oatmeal?
Oatmeal, yeah.
Oatmeal
Oatmeal's pretty good.
smacks.
I don't remember the last time I got through like half a bowl of oatmeal and I was like, yeah, this is great. I want to keep doing this. Like I I feel like I sort of regret it halfway through because then it starts to like set and it's not as hot
Uh,
anymore. It's just like
Oatmeal's
you're eating
not good, but some oatmeal, like the cinnamon apple
you're
one,
eating flavorless
I love
Jello
that.
at that
Yeah.
Oatmeal is the cold shower of breakfast. You
point.
just got to get in there and get used to it.
It sucks, but it's good for you.
Once you start, you eat a little bit more every day.
You start with one oat and then two oats.
A
Yeah.
single oat
One
on your tongue.
one of my favorite like nighttime snacks that I've had like typically I'll have dinner and then I'll get hungry again at like 8:30 and
Oh,
I'll eat
same,
something
yeah.
again. And I've been having smoothies. I got a new blender for my birthday. Um
Oh, it's awesome.
yeah, it is actually. The thing
I have
destroys a
smoothies all
banana
the
in
time.
like half a second. Um
Yeah, I've been having protein shakes a lot too because we have like the powder for
yeah,
that.
we have like the protein
Yeah,
powder. So I'll just throw like a couple bananas, some peanut butter, milk, protein powder.
And you eat a
Uh,
lot of protein, right?
me? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say I eat a good amount.
I've been trying to eat more eggs and stuff like that too, because I gotta get protein. It bulks you up, helps you
Big bulk.
get muscle mass and stuff. But I just need it to get
I
more
eat just
bulk up.
copious amounts of peanut butter.
Peanut butter,
Just
yeah, I
way
have a
way
lot of
too
peanut butter.
much.
I'll have peanut
Like
butter
probably
and
like at
chocolate.
least 3 servings of it a day.
Are you one of those monsters who just eats it with a spoon?
I
Yeah.
do that sometimes,
How did you
honestly.
know?
Oh no.
Sometimes I slap it on a banana.
I just really, yeah,
Oh, we do
banana
that
and peanut
too.
butter is good.
I would eat it with a spoon, but we have like the low sodium peanut butter, the Jif. So like
Oh, okay.
it's
I
not
still
as
like
good
it.
by it's still
I've
great, but it's not good
I've
by
gotten used
itself.
to it, honestly.
I mean, I'm used to it too. Like I don't care anymore, but
Yeah, I used to do banana and peanut butter a lot, but I like the smoothies a lot better.
Yeah.
Josh makes
Yeah.
really good smoothies.
What do you like? What do you put in all of them total? Is it like milk, peanut butter, like you were saying, or do you
Yeah,
put anything
yeah,
else in
just
there?
just put in some ice cubes if you want to make it cold. I usually freeze the bananas first, actually, so
That's
it's
a
like
good idea.
it
Yeah,
makes it
because
like
if you
the
use
texture of
water,
leather.
it like dilutes it a little bit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we never use water.
no,
That's a noob move.
it is a new move.
And protein's like good for like building muscle, right? Because like
Yeah,
I'm underweight. Like my doctor was like, "Hey, are you okay? Like you're losing a lot of weight. That's probably not a good thing." And I'm thinking like, okay, well, I should probably gain that back in muscle, right? So
wrong.
Shizzle.
Get fat, become a Discord mod.
I think the thing that like people don't understand really is like diet and exercise and sleep are all like part of an important lifestyle.
Right, they
Like you
go hand
can't
in
just pick one and expect to get, some people just eat so much protein and then don't work out. It's like,
hand.
okay, but you're not actually like rebuilding your muscle fibers. You're just eating
Right.
a lot of protein.
In
You're
the
just putting a lot of
same
stress on your liver. Like, geez.
in the same vein as well, like people might like work out and then not have a good diet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's so
I know
true.
people that like think like, oh, I'll just do a bunch of like I've talked to people who say like they exercise and do a bunch of cardio and expect to lose weight. And you can do that, but the thing is cardio does not burn fat, it burns calories. And
Yeah.
so it's harder to gain weight when you're doing cardio, but you're not exactly losing anything.
I lost a lot of weight. I was never been like
Well, you're
overweight
probably
or
in a
anything.
calorie deficit, which means that you were gaining less calories than you were burning. But even so, you have to have good healthy eating if you want to
Yeah.
actually lose that.
But I still had some baby fat when I started cross country a while back, but I slimmed down a lot since then, obviously.
What a Chad.
I know. Built
And then
different.
I think like most athletes and people that are kind of experienced, and I think definitely we all count in that category because obviously we've all done our research. I think that a lot of people still struggle with sleep even if they've got the diet and exercise down. And I know I do for sure. Like
Yeah.
I
Oh,
definitely don't get
Really?
enough sleep.
I get like normally 7 hours maximum, and I know that's like
Same.
way.
Yeah.
People say 8 hours is recommended, but
Yeah.
that's like minimum. What's actually healthy is like 10 hours. So I am not getting enough
Yeah.
sleep.
Oh, I know. And
You're
it's
supposed to get
yeah.
like eight to 10. But yeah, honestly the biggest problem for me is just, because I ran cross country and track, and so you're running like upwards of 30 miles a week, and burning
It's
like
insane.
thousands of calories on the way. Uh, and so just eating enough calories and drinking enough water is actually a massive thing for me too.
Oh, water is insane too. I don't get enough of that.
I
I
Definitely.
have not touched soda in like months. I've been drinking like just water and occasionally milk.
honestly, like I'm not even saying that I'm adding like other drinks to into my daily routine either. It's just I'm not drinking enough water. Because I don't put
Yeah,
enough
same.
time aside in the day for it. Because I'm
I
just
know. You
working all
really have
day
to
and
be
stuff.
conscious of it and like
Yeah,
fill up a bottle ahead of time. Yeah. It's harder than like I don't know. You really got to be expecting like a plan, have a system in place.
yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, it's funny. I looked it up earlier, and apparently, um, for someone like like our size or whatever, you're supposed to be drinking like 90 ounces of water a day for like the average
That's
person, and that's not counting running every day either and stuff like that.
Well,
yeah,
you're
or
at
like other
home. You're at
exercise.
home.
Yeah.
Back when I was at home, like I went back in person for school by the end of the year. But when I was like doing online learning and during quarantine, when I was like home all the time, I have this like these two giant water bottles. I'm holding one in my hands right now, and I would make sure I would just have that next to me like all
Like
day,
do some
whether I'm
sloshing
like,
ASMR next
yeah,
time.
That's
here's
the way to do it. Yeah.
right here. You guys can hear that, right? So basically, I would drink that big water bottle multiple times a day and keep refilling it. So I was getting really hydrated.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was doing good with that, like during quarantine, because there was nothing else to do. So I was like, I'll be conscious about my fluid consumption. That's something
Yeah.
to do. I've been really been bad about it since then, which probably isn't good because I mean, there's obviously a ton of benefits to being properly hydrated, but I just haven't been on that.
Hydro
I
homies
know.
for life.
Hydro homies.
I don't know. I feel like, lockdown actually really helped me a lot with stuff. I started like my physical fitness merit badge for scouts, and that really got me in the habit of working out consistently. Uh, I started drinking water a lot more. I started cold showers. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really start doing much like exercising. Like obviously I ran a lot and I wasn't focused too much on any upper body strength or anything. I'm still not like cranking like deadlifting or anything like that, but um I really started over the winter because for Christmas we got the Bowflex and then I just started using the weights more as well. And just doing that. And then also for cross country or for track we had a good routine with lifting. Lifting 3 times a week and doing core the other 2 days. And
Oh,
then
that's really good. Yeah.
a lift on my own for the weekends too. So that was good. I think having that routine and having access to the weight room was a big deal as well.
Yeah, you're lucky, man, because I don't have a place for that.
Yeah,
I've been doing more body weight stuff, like basically just lowering the reps and making it as hard as possible. I guess is the way to go. That's what I do.
that's good. I mean, if you're trying to make lean muscle, that's probably not the best way to go. But if you're trying to like like gain mass, then doing more weight with less reps is probably
Well, we only have like a set weight in our basement. Like we don't have any more weights to add onto the bar. And so what I've been doing is just like slowly curling it
it's
like
just like
7
15, 20
times.
pounds. Honestly, I would
Yeah.
just because that thing is not difficult
It's
to
not that
curl.
heavy. I
It's
just do it really slow. And then by like the third
yeah,
set, I'm like,
it's
my
maybe
arms are
like
dead.
40 pounds, and I would just crank out like sets of 20 of that or something like that. Yeah.
If you do it slower though, that like destroys your arm and it's good for you.
All right.
You know,
Yeah.
I honestly like I have a really great setup in my basement. I haven't gotten much of a chance to use it because obviously, like, I have a lifting class every day at school, so
Nice.
I don't really get much lifts in at home like it's over the school year. But now that it's summer, I'm off of school today. Like, I don't know. I think one thing that I have a hard time with is being a morning person. And if I'm starting work this summer too, so I'm gonna have to like get up and do a lift early if I want to do it. Like I usually lift at like midnight if I have a choice. So that's where I was thinking about like that cold shower. Like I should probably get in the habit of getting up early and like getting to it because
Yeah.
Lord knows I need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I tend to be more efficient at night, probably because uh I know it's one of the like if I'm saying I'm exercising at night, it's like that's one of the last things I have to do for the day.
Yeah,
So I just I if I keep like I play a lot of mental games with myself, especially with running. You kind of have to uh keep yourself in constant dialogue with yourself, trying to just push yourself through it, especially when
yeah,
you're running like a cross country race. And so I sort of do that mind games, like, okay, you finish this set, and then you only have a couple sets more, and then you're done for the day with everything else, and you just relax. So I think I'm uh, better suited for doing stuff at night, personally. I've never been able to do stuff in the morning, but I want to get, at the same time, though, if it's the hardest thing you have to do in the day, getting it over with at the beginning is nice too.
yeah. I can see both sides of
So you
it.
don't have to dread it. So I mean, I guess either way is good, but it just depends on what kind of person you are.
I'm excited for college because in college they have those giant weight rooms you can just use for free.
Yeah, they do have facilities that you can use. I don't know if you would have the time though. That's the thing. I was thinking about that the other day. Like you hear about like they call it like the dad bod, but like seriously, like when you someday when you have kids, you're not gonna have a lot of time to spend on yourself. So I'm kind of thinking like this next 5 years, like 5 to 7 years is gonna be the peak of trying to
It
get
is
as
really
fit as
true though.
possible.
Like with
Just
most
don't have
dads,
kids,
like I
you
think
idiot.
that's to a certain degree.
Yeah, I've thought about that.
Super
Stupid.
physically
Just kidding.
fit, that means you're kind of
It wouldn't be the
sacrificing time with your family or at your
yeah.
house or whatever you're doing. Like,
I think it's possible to work in time. I think it really depends on your situation because they say like if you don't have time, just make time. And
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much, especially if you have like little kids that require a lot of attention.
yeah,
Like you just have less time for yourself, and if you're like a young couple, you also have to provide for your family financially. So you're putting in working hours, and then you also have to spend time with your kids and stuff like that. So I can see how a lot of people fall out of shape like that, but I can also see wanting to wait to have kids until you're past your athletic prime. Uh,
yeah. So you don't even have to worry about it anymore.
I would say it's like the best my best years are already behind me. I can
Whatever. I'll just let my
whatever.
tummy grow. That sounds
Exactly.
honestly sick. Imagine
Yeah.
not caring what you look like.
I
Shoot.
want to try to eat healthy when I'm older. Like
This is sponsored by
let's say the
West Coast
stars
Foods.
align and somehow I find a wife, right? I probably would have deleted Discord from my phone by then, but I want to like us to like eat healthy. I want to come to a mutual agreement. Like, hey, let's just try to be healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's hold each other accountable.
Yeah. I'm hoping that eating healthy becomes easier as time goes on as well, because I don't necessarily think it will be, because eventually natural resources are going to be so scarce in the future, once the zombie apocalypse happens. So, but like, it is really expensive in some cases to eat healthy if you don't have like a strong enough financial base.
it's true.
Like you
Very true.
go to like a convenience store, you can find food there. It's not good food for you, but you can find food that you can eat. And some if you're in like a rough financial situation where you're like in lots of debt and you're not making a ton of money, then like it can be hard to have a nutritious diet.
Very true. Dude, it's so crazy. It's like important as heck to try to keep yourself healthy as you get older. Like my grandma, my mom's mom, I mean, she ate like crap and she did not take care of herself. and like she had diabetes, and then she died at 60. It was like you have to. It's just.
Ooh.
I mean, it's crazy. You have to really take care of yourself if you want to
Yeah.
live beyond
Yeah.
a certain age. Like you don't just have that youth and like metabolism keeping you going anymore.
Yeah, metabolism, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't eat amazing. Uh, but I run so much and my metabolism is probably so fast because I'm young. And so,
Yeah,
but my friend at track, shout out to Hans. He's never gonna watch this.
Hans, is he European?
Yeah, he's of German descent, I think.
Oh, you shouldn't be socializing with Germans.
No, but his grandma, um, he says that his grandma is like 86 and she still does like karate and stuff,
It's awesome.
and like is still like bopping around at almost 90. So like if you take care of your body, like you can push your body to that limit, especially when you get older. So that's
There's
something.
definitely a correlation between like taking care of yourself and how old you get.
Yeah.
And then I always like whenever people say like, keep taking care of yourself, build healthy habits, it always like registered in my brain as like, yeah, that's something I should do, but that's not something I will never actually do. You know, I want to reverse that. I want to make that something tangible, like that I can actually achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think once you start, it gets easier.
The hardest part is starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you build a routine, that's the biggest thing. Once you get the ball rolling, it makes it a lot easier. Because like building a routine is really hard, but keeping a routine once it becomes habit is a lot easier.
All those with power are afraid to lose it. I always thought of it like having an A in school. Like having an A makes me like it's like we have that grade. Oh crap! I keep switching devices.
Honestly,
My thing keeps coming unplugged for Discord. I hope I don't keep cutting out because dang it, this my
I
headphones.
couldn't hear whatever was going on just now.
Hold on 1 second.
We're having some technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Stand by for Titanfall. 1 second. Freaking there we go. All right.
alright. Yeah, I would say oh, we're back. I would say my biggest motivating factor is that I know that the shame I feel if I don't do it is a lot more painful than whatever I'm going through in the moment. Like if
Yeah.
I quit and I'm a little idiot about it, and I quit or I don't or I do like a half butt job about it, then I'll feel worse afterward than if I just went through with it and did the full thing.
It's a
So
good way of looking at
part
it.
of my motivation. That's again the mental games. Just telling myself, you're gonna kick yourself in the butt afterward if you don't do it. Then it's gonna be a lot worse than whatever your pain you're feeling now. So that's just something I used to kick me forward.
Good. You found a system that works for you.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't always
Well, yeah.
work,
Also
but
find something you actually like doing. Like if you hate doing a certain like thing, just don't do it. And
yeah,
find something that you actually kind of like.
yeah. There's definitely
Like I kind of
certain
like lifting weights,
certain
and I
exercises
kind
that
of
I like
hate
the
running.
most.
So
Yeah, it's actually funny
Same.
because if you asked me a year ago, I would say that I hate running. Uh, but I've actually come to it's almost like an addiction. Like they say runner's high, but like that's an actual thing. Like that's not just a phrase.
I want to
Dang.
like running. Over the
Because
summer, I might just, like run with my sister or something.
honestly, it's not so much the running as it is you get to see your times. Like for weightlifting and stuff, you get to see, uh that quantifiable number. You get to see the weight go up, whether you're adding more plates
Gains.
on and stuff like that. You get to see the gains that you're getting and stuff, even if they're not like physical. Like I'm not somebody that's gonna get like ripped, but seeing the numbers of the weights go up and stuff like that. It's the same thing with track or cross country or running, is you can see your progress, your quantifiable progress, with the times going down, and honestly, you just become addicted to um you can become addicted to that feeling of the progress that you've made, and when you can actually see the tangible progress, then you just get addicted to that, and I think that's the same with anything that you really do. It just helps that running and lifting are two things that you can put a number on.
Dude, I swear
Josh,
I'm gonna make
are you
take
of the
hours.
opinion that you can like make yourself enjoy something? Like say, see, me and CJ don't enjoy running. Do you think that
Right.
if we did it enough, we would enjoy it?
Um, Yes and no, because um it took me a long time to actually like I don't it's actually funny because I didn't I used to be of the opinion like I hate running, but I love how I feel in between runs and like how it's affecting the rest of everything else. I like seeing that progress, but I've actually started feeling like I get done with like a super hard workout at track or cross country, and I'm like, dang, that was actually really good. Like I'm having fun. Like it's a struggle, like it's bad, but I'm actually liking it, and that's when I feel like you can really start to motivate yourself more. It takes a long time to get to that point, and I'm still not like I'm not gonna try to create the illusion that I'm like super fast or anything. I'm like right, probably in the middle, but I think to some degree you can, but it would take a long time, and it definitely helps if you're in shape for it as well.
Yeah.
At the peak of cross country season, I could run 10 miles without stopping, even if it's slow, like 10
Jeez.
miles without stopping. Um,
That's that's crazy.
which I could have never done before the season, and that would have been absolute hell for me before the season. But if you put in enough work, as things become easier, they become more enjoyable, and you start to. It makes it easier to climb that mountain. Like there's a
And
hump
you
you have
probably
to get over.
appreciate like what it's doing for you.
Yeah, there's a hump you have to get over for sure, and that maybe takes some time. But I think you can make yourself enjoy something if you do it enough.
I heard the running community is like really nice and really good.
Yeah,
They
I would.
seem chill.
It's really supportive actually. I mean, I'm never towards the front of the races. The front of the races, especially in cross country, can get really cutthroat. You know, people are like spiking each other and stuff.
Oh my shit, bro, it's whack.
Like they're the yeah, those dudes are pretty basically sprinting for 5,000 meters. It's ridiculous. Um, but
Competitive running.
the top of the pack, the front of the pack is definitely really competitive, and that's where you're gonna see your screaming parents and stuff. There's still screaming parents towards the middle of the pack too, but it's just less common. But yeah, it's definitely a really supportive environment because I mean everybody's getting out there and doing it, and with running, I feel like that running is one of those, especially for cross country, it's one of the sports like if you're actually out there and doing it, like we all have a mutual respect for each other because it's a tough sport.
That's cool.
Like someday I'll probably get into running,
I mean,
but I don't know.
it's a good thing to do just because you can do it anywhere. Um, you know, you don't need a certain set of weights. You don't need any equipment for it. You can just run anywhere. If you don't have shoes, you can do barefoot running in the grass or something that helps with
Most disgusting.
ankle support and stuff. Yeah, but
Filthy hippies. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, YouTube. Don't demonetize this video.
yeah. Well, it's crazy. Like I said, people spike each other. Like sometimes people like lose their shoe in the middle of a race and have to run like with one shoe on.
That's freaking crazy, dude.
Through like creeks and stuff. Sometimes it's ridiculous.
Oh my god. Leave it to people to mess something up.
Seriously.
See, this is what I don't do in
Humanity.
country. I don't mind jogging. Like I'll jog for like 2 miles. I kind of like that. But like
There's
running,
there's definitely a level of insanity that goes with running. Like I think uh every runner that like can run that fast for that long is constantly kicking themselves. Like I've talked to like one of our best 800 runners.
Yeah.
He's part of the strategy of some races is they're constantly telling themselves to keep pushing themselves and constantly breaking up the race in their head.
Yeah.
And things like that. It's definitely like people say like running is a mental sport, but like the longer I'm doing it, and the longer I talk to people about it, like it really is. But people are insane. Like
That's
if you run, there's like if you're running like at like the seriously competitive level, like you're just an insane person. Like to run that fast for that long, there's
it
something wrong.
blows my mind. I can barely run a mile. Like, here's the thing. For me, I'm pretty in shape. Like I'd say I'm above average, but then my cardiovascular capacity is not great.
Mhm.
Part of that's due to like asthma,
Oh yeah.
but I wonder how
yeah,
much of that's just me making excuses like, oh, I have asthma, I'm not gonna be able to get that much better.
Well, that's a
I don't
valid
know.
excuse.
Yeah,
people with asthma still run though.
Yeah, a lot of them
yeah. I
actually do.
mean, it's just I think it's part of it is like you were saying, like a mental thing. Like I'm sure I could do better than I do. if I just stop telling myself that asthma is stopping me.
Yeah.
Sounds
Another
so
thing
lame.
is if you're like
Confessions of an
getting in,
asthmatic.
it's probably the same thing with like lifting or whatever you want to do. Like if you want to get into running, like I injured myself at the beginning of this track season because I didn't run all winter because I was stupid. And so I immediately injured myself at the beginning of the season because uh, I my sorry. I immediately injured myself because my body wasn't prepared, and then immediately I was like running 5 miles a day again. Uh, so just easing into it, especially if you're new, like just set like achievable goals for yourself. It's the same thing with anything. Just set achievable goals for yourself. Like, okay, I'm gonna try to run a mile today, and then maybe you want to get your time to something, or maybe you want to achieve a distance without stopping. Um, it's a little bit harder to do that stuff if you're on like a team for cross country because you have like a schedule that you have to uphold. But if you're just doing it for your own self and you can set goals for yourself, uh, it's a great thing to help get your cardiovascular endurance up.
Yeah, I might give it a go. Last summer I ran like a mile every day, but I didn't
Hey,
really
that's
aim.
pretty
I didn't
good.
really have goals. Like I didn't have like I'm gonna try to run 2 miles or I'm gonna try to improve my time. Like I thought about it, but I didn't like make an effort to consciously do it.
Yeah,
So
and
I think that's what I'm gonna try to do this summer.
the majority of people that are running are not going to do it competitively. Like a lot of people will just like go on a jaunt for their own fitness, and it can be if you're just going on a jog, that's
Jaunt.
great. Like everybody, I like that word.
Yeah, that's a nice.
Well, what I
It's a
like doing
playful
more,
word.
what I like doing more instead of like I'll run a mile is I'll run 10 minutes and I'll see how far I can run in 10 minutes or
Yeah,
something like
time
that.
workouts are good
That
too.
motivates me more just because I only have to run for this amount of time instead of this distance. I don't know, that just helps me.
Well, if you do the distance, then you can shorten the amount of time,
That's
and
true.
then you get
It's a
faster.
mental thing, like you said. Like it's
That's
not
true. Yeah,
logical,
whatever
but
games, honestly, whatever mind games you have to play with yourself to get you to complete what you're doing.
hey, Casey, if you run, I'll run. I
And just
guess I don't know.
reconnect. Oh,
I don't think our voice is connected. There we go. Yeah, but like you said earlier, or like we said earlier, like it's hard to start, but if you get that ball rolling, then it can really be eventually enjoyable to see your progress.
So I guess a couple takeaways: start cold showers and run.
Yeah, do we talk about cold showers on this, or
I
was
don't
that
know if
before
we
we
did.
started recording?
You
Now,
should mention
no,
that though. We
we
did
should
talk about that
go
before
over
we
that. Yeah,
started.
go ahead.
Oh yeah. Well, it's really good for you. Wakes you up in the morning. There's a lot of health benefits. If you lift weights and stuff, it actually increases your muscle growth. Like it helps with that.
Help with
So
recovery.
if you lift, you should definitely do cold showers. If you like do like a long cold shower before an exercise, it makes it so much easier. You can like pump out way more reps without feeling anything. Uh, it makes it so much more effortless. It gives you more energy, especially in the morning. So if you want to start cold showers, just start super low, like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, something like that, and just work your way up. So don't kill yourself trying to get to a high number. And if you want to, you can like do your normal warm shower and then crank it down. When I started doing cold showers, I just cranked it to like, so the knob is like 90 degrees from the ground. I thought, oh yeah, that's definitely cold. And then I found out, no, that's not cold. You're supposed to put it down all the way. And so that's what I've been doing. But if you want to just put it like halfway just to get used to it, you can. Um, at first, you can touch it like that's frigid. That's insane. No person would ever, that's not healthy. There's no way. And that's what I thought too. Like I like physically jumped back when I touched it. But now you get to the point where you just able to just walk in like it's normal.
Yeah.
Think of like the fog walls from Dark Souls, like him just walking in there. That's what it feels like getting into a cold shower. All right,
Yeah.
there's my Dark Souls reference for the podcast, guys. I did it.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of the same stuff that I was talking about.
You have to take. I've been trying to make you to do cold showers. You got to do it.
Yeah, I probably
Here,
should.
if Casey, you do it, and then Josh does it. If
Okay, I'm starting tomorrow.
all right,
All
Josh.
7 of our viewers can
Josh,
hold us accountable.
Josh. Yeah, if Casey starts it, will you start it?
Yeah, sure. I was planning on starting it over the summer anyway when I start my cross country schedule.
Don't
but
put it off. Just start now.
yeah, but yeah, you were saying you were just talking about starting slow and easing into it, and it sounds like that's kind of the golden rule for if you want to set a lot of goals for self improvement.
If you want to like, also one thing that's good for cold showers to do beforehand is the Wim Hof breathing method. You can look that up. It's just like breathing heavily for 30 seconds, holding it. I won't explain it, you can Google
You
it,
can just
but
go.
there's this dude who's an absolute legend of cold showers, and he can like
Yeah.
sit in like glaciers and like underneath cold water for like hours. It's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah,
Dang, man.
Casey, what's your personal experience with setting a goal or like self improvement, just in general? Like CJ was talking about cold showers, I was talking about running.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly like started with fitness stuff about 2 years ago, and before that, I was really out of shape, and I'd never really been in shape. And I'm not saying that I'm like perfect now, but I'm definitely a lot better than I was. I think something that really helped with that is again like the self motivation, but also and Siege said this already, finding something you enjoy. Like I feel like lifting was really something that as soon as you do it, you feel the pump like as you're doing it, and you feel bigger and you feel good. Like that's just something I felt was good for me, and it
Right.
felt like it was a positive thing. So it felt like I was enjoying coming back to it every day. And I think
Yeah,
that's key because if it's something that you don't really vibe with, you're not really feeling it. Like I tried running and I don't know, I didn't really vibe with it. I'm gonna stick
yeah,
with it and try it again, but it's just kind of like I don't know. I think a lot of
yeah,
people give up on fitness because they don't enjoy it like right away. I think you kind of have to just find what you like.
yeah. Definitely. Like, don't torture yourself. Like, it's good to push yourself, but if it's not something that you feel like you're straight up not having a good time, like it's normal to feel pain, but like if you just don't,
Yeah,
if you dread it every day and you don't feel like you're gaining any benefits from it, like mentally or physically,
I
then
was dreading cold showers every day until I started liking it, so
well,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
know. There's a difference between like not looking forward to the strain versus like you just hate it.
I hated it.
I
But you
guess
know
there's
the
two
part.
sides to that coin. Then I guess like you can either look at it as if you don't really get any enjoyment out of it, then you can stop and try to find something else, or you could just try to keep pushing until you eventually feel something out of it. I
That's
mean,
true.
I guess you could get something out of just about anything if you push through enough, but
Yeah,
not
like
everyone has that mental capacity or the
yeah,
absolute sheer willpower of Charles here.
15% concentrated power of will,
yeah,
Yeah,
5% pleasure,
yeah.
50% pain.
I guess yeah. Half the battle of finding something that you like is doing it long enough to find out that you like it.
true.
I think that's probably true. Um, but I think a lot of people are able to find motivation to keep going, knowing that it's good for them. Uh, but if they keep doing it and like they keep pushing themselves through that, and they're like, I know this is good for me, but um, but they're still not enjoying it after doing it for a while, then it's fine to still try to pursue things that you enjoy doing. But I guess you are right that there's two sides to that coin. You got to sometimes push through the difficult stuff and get over that hump to see if you actually like it or not.
Mhm. Made some very good points tonight. I'm proud of us.
I'm proud
This
of
was,
us
yeah,
too.
we are at 34 minutes.
That's pretty solid.
So we can keep going, or if you guys want to end it now, this is a good time.
No, they can check out our
Funny podcasts.
yeah. I was gonna say the site where they pay us to give them
Oh,
content.
wait, hold on. Actually, hold up. Before we sign off, actually, I want
Oh,
to
that's
point something
10%.
out. I'm gonna go to my channel right now. First of all, we have our over 120 subscribers, so that's awesome.
You haven't even been posting. How did that happen?
I don't know. I said I was gonna make a 100 subscribers video, but I didn't end up happening because school happened to me, and I just got like hammered in the butt crack by like 80 assignments. Uh, anyways, our first podcast
That's going into out of
happened a
context.
year ago. Uh, what was it? Uh, what was it? May 3rd was it? No,
May
May
25th. That
25th.
was
So 4 days
Thursday.
ago
That was Wednesday.
was the anniversary of the Low Ground podcast.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Congratulations. Well, I think
That's kind
that'll
of
cap
epic, and
off
we
this
were all
episode then.
there. Oh yeah, we'll sign off, but that's kind of cool, right? Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
1 year, and we'll go back to the Star Wars series. We did two of those, and it just stopped a year ago. We'll keep going with that
We
because we
shall
still have to
continue.
we have to talk about the controversial episode 6, the lackluster prequels, and then the movies we don't speak about after that.
Yeah. All right. Any final sentence Any closing
We're
statements?
sponsored by NordVPN, Squarespace,
Wheaties, breakfast of champions.
Wheaties.
Bye.
I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. Nowadays on cruise control. I got Reese's Puffs in my bowl. And just like that, I'm on a roll. Reese's Puffs. Peanut butter chocolate flavor. Reese's Puffs. In the AM, it's the flavor I savor. Peanut butter and chocolate too. You know how I know that's what I wake up to. My Reese's Puffs inspired this from that peanut butter chocolate combination's on time. Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs. Reese's Puffs.